We're at SEMA 2017. I'm Paul Tapier with Auto Parts Warehouse, and I'm here with Jared from Edge. And earlier, it was such a pleasure to meet the Diesel brothers, and Heavy D was just going on and on about the Edge products that he uses on the show and on his builds. So, Jared, we've got this whole panel of Edge products that he was referring to. Why don't you give us a kickoff with the Insight gauge display and data monitor?
Yeah, for sure. So, and that's like you say, with Heavy D, and those guys are doing a lot of custom builds, so they always want to make sure they have gauges. The biggest thing on a diesel motor specifically is when you're doing a lot of these upgrades, aftermarket intakes, exhaust, turbos, you want to make sure everything's in check. You don't want to go blow your truck up. So the Insight's really our complete gauge package for that. So instead of adding a whole bunch of analog gauges up your pillar and over on your dash, the Insight you can put on your dash, you plug in the OBD2 port, and then you get all your gauges right off the OBD2 port of the truck. So it's really simple to plug in. It's a good price point. When you look at the price point on something like this for how much you're saving and your turbo not going out because you're watching your EGTs on it,
oh yeah, that's
a big difference.
All right, now what is Insight Pro? What makes this more special?
So the Insight Pro is basically the same as like an Insight for all your gauges, but this allows those guys who are doing the custom tuning of bigger turbos and stuff, say for an 03 Cummins, they can actually take Insight Pro, put on their truck, and get HP Tuner, custom tuner, to build custom tunes for their truck, and they can load it right into the device. So this becomes a monitor plus a tuner in one. So
thanks. There are a lot of people here at SEMA today just walking right on through, but that's okay. But while you're walking us through this, there's kind of natural progression here, which I'm going to let you do the segues.
Yeah, no problem. So, I mean, that's the biggest thing is if you look up here, you have a lot of products that look the exact same. So from a consumer standpoint, they all look at it. A lot of people call this a CTS2. But there is. So the Insight is a gauge only. The Insight Pro, like we talked about, it's gauges where you can load custom tuning. If you already want just custom tuning or tuning from the manufacturer Edge, we actually have our Evolution. The Evolution comes fully ready to tune your vehicle. It fits gas and diesel applications. Wide range. So if you have a diesel truck, it can fit your Cummins, it can fit your Power Stroke, it can fit your Duramax. The great thing about it, it'll have 3 to 4 or 5 power levels on it. You plug it in the OBD2 port, you program your ECU, you're ready to go down the road. So that would be the next step up from the Insight. And then the top of the line one is our Juice with Attitude. The difference is you have the same gauge monitor, but you have an inline module that connects into the engine compartment. So that just plugs in the engine compartment. So instead of retuning the ECU sends a signal, we pick it up, rewrite it, and we send it to the motor. The great thing about doing that is we can adjust parameters as we go down the road. So if you're driving down the road and say you're towing a trailer and you need to bump it up to the tow level, you just reach up there, touch the screen, turn the power level up one, and you go up the hill.
And again, this is all pretty much plug and play?
Yeah, for the most part. This one's a little bit more complicated, but it's all plug underneath your hood. Just takes a few minutes, plug everything in, wire it up, and you're good to go. Like say some of these other ones, just plug right in that OBD2 port on your vehicle, your diagnostic port, and you're ready to go. So,
man, I'm thinking back in the day when we had all these wires and these things we were trying to attach gauges to the top of the dash.
Oh yeah, that's definitely so. That's the thing about like something like this. If you look at the analog gauges, there's a ton of wires you have to hook up, like you say, where you can get all those same readings by just plugging one wire in. I mean, it saves the times. Shops love it. People love to do this. A customer comes in, they get the product on, they're out the door.
All right, let's do our little walk down the line. Hopefully nobody walks in front of us again. All right, tell us about the revolver chip switch for a 7.3 liter Power Strokes.
Yeah, so we actually had a product that we discontinued due to having it around for 15 years. It kind of ran its course, but consumers wanted that lower end price point product for the 7.3. Somehow these 94 to 03 7.3s are just staying around. People are buying them more and more, and they want to keep modifying them. So this revolver chip is a way to plug it in your ECU, and you have the performance. You team that up with your toggle switch here, and you can change your power levels. What really sets Edge unique from the market compared to the competitors is not just do we have the revolver chip, you can actually put our Insight monitor, and now you can actually use this Insight, control your power levels with the device. So you don't have to drill a hole with your dash for this one. It all connects in here. So you can build a custom tune on here, or you can just load it as it is right there, plug it in, have your performance levels, change them down the road again. So,
all right, I'm going to use an acronym here that we see on our phones all the time. One of them is OMG. Okay, but I'm going to use that for OMG on EAS. Okay, so tell us about EAS and what that acronym stands for.
So the EAS is our expandable accessory system. So we talked about not a lot of wires, now you see a lot of wires, like, hey, wait a second. So the cool thing about this is if you really look at it, this one wire plugs into the cable that this plugs into. This runs into your engine compartment, and we can basically daisy chain accessories together. We have anything from an EGT Pro for your diesel trucks, your temp sensors, pressure sensors. We have turbo timers, power switches to control lighting accessory. The best thing about something like this just lets you customize your sensors to your liking. If you have twin turbos and you need to read over a 35 psi, you can do a 0 to 100 psi sensor. So it really is focused on guys that want to see all the gauges, but they can mix and match it how they want, and it still really keeps it clean compared to other wires because it all runs back into this device, and then the monitor will actually display it on the dash. So
I'm starting to think, and this is just me here, Jared, that you decided to call this product line Edge because you have the edge over all your competitors and you have the edge over the ease of use. It's just amazing to me. How much R&D do you put into this?
Well, it's definitely been a lot over the years. I mean, you think about it, Edge started in late '99 and where we are today. Edge pioneered the digital display for trucks. I mean, we were the first ones to ever do it.
See, there you go.
So it was good. I mean, it's been fun to watch it and what we came out with. I mean, the great thing is not only do we have electronic parts now, I mean, we came out with stuff like our jammer exhaust systems, our jammer cold air intakes. We have some pictures on the other side. We have some in the back of the booth. You can actually see some pictures of our real product. But the great thing about us, Edge, is we do tuning. We have, 30 engineers in the back room in one location, another 30 in the other location. So we have tons of engineers always wanting to push the envelope. What can we do? What can we do here? So the great thing is we took these hard parts that people like to get, put them in a package, and our tuning is kind of what holds that together. It's the glue that holds the whole thing together. So we can tune it based on the intake and exhaust of our product, and the customer knows I got one great brand, I got one great product that has all these 3 different components in it, and I'm good to go.
Gee, I wish you were more enthusiastic, don't you? Honestly, do you guys ever sleep? Holy cow! All right, last but not least, the accessories and this backup camera and dash pods. Tell us a little bit about this.
Well, that's a big thing is we have great looking products, but we don't want to just put it in your truck and say, oh, now it's clunky looking because it doesn't fit. So we've actually formed dash mounts, pillar mounts and stuff to make them look like they're factory installed in the vehicle. We want it to be part of your vehicle. These guys are buying brand new trucks and they're great trucks. We don't want some clunky thing on the dash, so we do that. And then the backup camera, it's nice when you're hooking up to a trailer. Me, I have little kids. I love to watch just to make sure they didn't leave their bicycle behind me, and so I have to keep buying bikes every time I back out of the driveway. But it's easy, same thing. You plug it in, power on the ground, one cable plugs in the back of the unit. When you go into reverse, it automatically kicks on, you're good to go. So,
all right, Jared, I'm going to say this, and I'm really sorry that I have to. It's anything but clunky. It's cutting edge.
There you go.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, but it was worth it. Cutting edge is the word. All right. Thanks, Jared.
Yep, thank you, guys.
I'm Paul Tapier. Check them all out, all the Edge products and the performance you're going to get from them and how you can custom tune things at Auto Parts Warehouse. Take 2, Warehouse. See, you just got me so excited, Jared. I can't.
Go home and tune your truck.
Yeah, I do. Okay, for Paul Tapier for Auto Parts Warehouse. Maddie, the cameraman's laughing at me now. All right, we'll see you next time.